Very good. All right, this is episode 4, the 3M's podcast with JayVían Farr. So right off the bat, what got you into football? Why playing cornerback?
Wow. Well, first things first, I want to thank you for allowing me to be here today.
Yeah.
And I want to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for blessing me to be here today. And first thing that got me into football, I'd say probably was my uncles. Both of them had played. My uncle Keith and my uncle Demario, they played long time. And I was about 6 years old, and I was in the Racine Youth Sports League playing RYS. However, I was technically too small and too young to be playing, but my parents waved me up to even play in midget. So it was crazy. I was that small. I shouldn't have been out there, but my parents allowed me to. And the rest is history.
It's pretty sweet. So you wear 20. Why 20?
20. Okay, so funny thing is, my favorite number is actually 12.
Yeah.
Favorite number 12. My dad wore it, and that was my number in high school. And essentially what happened when I got here, a quarterback named Matt Connors was already in number 12. So they gave me a couple options, and 20 was one of the options. However, my mother wore number 20. So I was like, oh, okay, next best thing. And my big sister had wore 20 before. My aunt wore 20. And 20 was just a number that was used in my family as well. And at the time, Jalen Ramsey was still playing for the Jaguars, and he wore number 20. So I was like, oh, it's even sweeter. So then that's why I rocked out with number 20. And then once I had a chance to switch to number 12, actually, after my first year, I was like, nah, like I'm cool with 20. Yeah, I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So we had David Binsfield. He had a question for you.
Okay.
What was the hardest part of your college career? To be playing off the field.
Wow. I love that, David. Thank you, brother. Hardest part of my college career. I'm going to say hardest part of my college career was climbing literally starting from the bottom and making it to the top. Yeah. And I say that in terms of just my own cornerback room. Yeah. Like a lot of people don't know this. Like when I first came to Augie, like I was number 9 out of 9 on the cornerback depth chart. Like when my coach Sipple put it up outside the office, no, actually he put it in the locker room, and we went in there, and they said JayVían Farr, number 9, and I saw other people at number 1. My freshman year, I said this can't be, because I was used to being, pretty good and dominating, if you will, in high school and things like that. And obviously, the thing that people tell you about high school to college in the transition period is that everybody was the man at their high school, right? Exactly, yeah. Now you're going to be a part of a team where there's other men, like truly grown men out there, right? And I'm like, oh, man, this is horrible. But I'd say that was probably the hardest part, just seeing myself at the bottom and then continuing to work hard to make sure I never saw that again. And then also just making sure that I came back better each year.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice. How do you feel Augustana, like the team, the coaches, how do you think they prepared for you for like the NFL drafts, like both physically and mentally?
Got to be honest with you. I got to give major kudos to Coach OJ, Coach Sip, Coach Scoden, Coach King, and the rest of the coaching staff, man, just because I was truly blessed to come here and learn from some people who are truly knowledgeable of the game, but also just the game of life, right? They've blessed me with an experience that I'll take with me for the rest of my life, that, prayerfully other guys feel the same way, and that it's impacted them not only just on the field, but who they are as a person on day-to-day basis. And I would just say that the way that they prepared me, physically, was just continue to obviously push me. And one thing Coach Sip always talked about was we want to squeeze every ounce out of you that we can, right? Every ounce out of you, we want to get that, because your potential, like he just continued to tell me every year, even if I had a good year, like he'd just be like, I believe your potential is untapped. Like I believe we still have things that you can improve on, right? And that's a scary thing, especially after you played well and things like that. And I'm like, no, there's always room for improvement, always. And that was just something that they were always good at. And the one thing that I truly loved is that they know how to reach people. It's not always about screaming and yelling, but it's also not always about coddling people either. Knowing when and where and how to reach people is a big thing and a great thing that they're well at, that they do well at. And I'm appreciative of that. And just on the other side of it, like being led by Coach OJ, who's a God-fearing man, who is like a true father figure in my life and other people's lives, was a blessing as well, because it made my parents and myself feel more comfortable being here,
Yeah.
where I'm 8 hours away from home, and I'm like, South Dakota?
Yeah.
I don't know about this, but he made me feel more comfortable, made me feel like this place could be a home away from home, and yeah.
That's awesome. So obviously you signed Tampa Bay Buccaneers as an undrafted free agent. How do you think that's gonna add like a chip to your shoulder as you try and go through this NFL journey?
So I'm actually gonna I'm actually gonna correct you on this.
Yeah.
And no knock on you.
No, of course.
Crazy thing is that I didn't get to sign as a UDFA. I'm a rookie minicamp invite.
Yeah.
Myself and then a couple of my other teammates, so Peyton Buckley, he's on the Commanders rookie minicamp, and then Jared Epperson, shout out Jared Epperson, he's at the Chiefs today, and he walked in there and was like, bro, Patrick Mahomes' locker is just like right there as soon as I walked in. But I was like, oh, that's crazy. But so with rookie minicamp, really the big thing for me is I'm going in there and I'm trying to get a contract, right? Yeah. So I'm trying to get in there and show them that I could be a valuable asset to the team in whatever role that you see fit for me, right? Whether that's special teams, whether that's slot corner, outside corner, nickel, whatever you need from me, like I'm willing to do that and show you that I have that versatility and the want to be there. Yeah. It's not just about making money for me. Exactly. I really love this game. Yeah. Like I love this game with everything in me, and I want to continue to play it at a high level, the highest level. And as far as that.
So
what was your other part of the question?
Well, what do you think is like your best asset on the football field? Like physical, IQ, what do you got?
Wow. Okay. I like that. Okay, Gavin. All right. My best attribute on the field, I'm going to be honest with you. I think it might be my ability to know that you can't get too high, you can't get too low, you got to stay even keeled. Yeah. Like I'm really there's something about people always my teammates, whenever I make big plays, I celebrate, but not how real life cornerbacks and DBs and receivers, how to celebrate. I'm just so my celebrations sometimes be lame, even though off the field I'd be doing TikTok dances and stuff. They're like, bro, why you don't never bring that to the field? I'd be like, bro, that's just not me, because I'm always thinking about next play, right? So matter of fact, after I scored a pick six right here at KO, right, I didn't even celebrate that well. I did a little finger thing, and then that was that, and it was all right, next play, right? Or if I got scored on, and it's oh shoot, all right, well, it is what it is. Next play. You know what I'm saying? I think that's my best attribute, is just being even killed and not getting too high, not getting too low.
Kind of staying fresh.
Absolutely. But then as far as just like physical attributes, I'd say probably my ability to be. I don't know, man. I feel like I'm pretty balanced, bro. I'm pretty solid at press man, off man, ball skills, pretty solid. IQ is there. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I like to pride myself on being balanced.
Very well-rounded.
Yeah, well-rounded, man. I don't ever want to be a one-trick pony.
Yeah. So obviously you played 5 years here, right?
Yes, sir.
What kind of
first year was COVID year, but you know.
What kind of leadership do you think you kind of portrayed with your teammates? Again, on and off the field.
I got to be honest with you, man. I feel like my leadership style is, I lead in multiple ways, depending upon whatever's needed. But for the most part, I truly try my best to be a servant leader. Yeah. Because that's what the Lord wants from us, right? To be servant leaders and vessels. And I believe that I exemplified that in the best way possible, especially in my last 3 years after I decided not to transfer my sophomore year. Yeah. I really wanted to, be the change I wanted to see in the world. Yeah. And I wanted to count my blessings and not my problems. And what better way to do that than to show people and be an example of what it means to truly be positive and live with joy and live in a way that, inspires others to want to be the best versions of themselves, right? Yeah. So I think servant leadership was probably my best bet. But then also just the ability of being able to know how to reach guys. So I mentioned my coaches being good at that. Yeah. I feel like I did a solid job at that, and knowing that, not every guy responds well to being yelled at. Yeah, some guys
got a different way.
Exactly. So some people need to be encouraged, but then there's other guys just let's go. Yeah. Come on, bro. You tripping right now. Yeah. You feel me? So being able to reach people, and I don't know, I just feel like I'm somebody that can talk to anybody, anywhere. I'm not too good, too big, anything like that for anybody on this campus, in this world, Yeah. So I treat everybody with the same respect and love. So yeah.
Yeah. So I know you kind of explained how rookie minicamp kind of is going.
Yes, sir.
how are you going to handle that kind of pressure? Obviously, it's kind of daunting. You know,
Yeah.
they always cut down the roster towards the start of the season. You got 53 guys and then practice squad.
Yes, sir.
So, how do you think you're going to handle that kind of pressure?
I'll be honest with you, man. I think I'm gonna just handle it the same way I always do, taking things one day at a time, staying even keeled,
Yeah.
staying cool, calm, collected, and just knowing that God has a purpose and plan for me, and He didn't bring me this far to bring me this far, right? Like I didn't come this far to come this far,
Yeah.
and like for me, right? So next week, rookie minicamp is starting.
Yeah.
There's no guarantee that I go back after rookie minicamp. They could cut me then.
Yeah.
So knowing it that is the tall task of it, right? And so many people have been congratulating me and things like that, saying like, "Oh, you made it," and this and that. And, truly appreciative of all the love and support. But
Yeah.
like, I didn't make it yet.
Yeah. You still got
I
to
don't
keep
feel
going.
that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel like, it's a I don't know. There's a thin line between it, and I'm just ready to approach Ricky Minicamp next week with a head of like, you know what? I'm playing every rep like it could be my last because it could be.
Yeah.
I'm treating every meeting like it could be my last because it could be.
Yeah.
I'm going in trying to create relationships with true intentions of trying to make sure that they're purposeful and that I continue to make people understand who I am and how I want to better their lives. How can
Yeah.
I be a vessel? How can I do better and help others
Yeah.
fulfill, the God-given abilities and purposes that they have on their lives, right? Like how
Yeah.
can I do those things? So just continuing to approach it like that, a day at a time.
Yeah.
Obviously the stress of like, oh man, like what happens if you don't
make
get
it.
if you don't make it, right? And yeah, there's always that
Yeah.
in life, right? But I try not to live my life in that way. I try
Yeah.
to take it truly day at a time and realize like I'm blessed nonetheless. And if God is for us, who can be against us? Romans 8:31.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's just interesting because people are like, "Are you nervous?" I'm like, honestly, I haven't been nervous.
Yeah.
Like I'm more excited than anything.
Yeah.
Truly, just excited and ready to work and ready to show them why I belong. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like why not me? That's been my mantra ever since I dropped my posts. What was that? December 18th, 2024. Yeah. And I'm like, man, like why not me? There were people on this campus. There's people back home in Racine, Wisconsin, naysayers, if you will,
Yeah.
people who really believe me, whatever. There's people that have been on both sides. Like people like, oh, I didn't know you were trying to do that.
Yeah.
Right. And then I went and did a pro day. And they're like, oh, what do you think you're going to do? And then I did, pretty solid at pro day.
Yeah.
Could have did better, but people are like, oh, wow, like I didn't know you'd do that. And it's like, okay.
Yeah.
And then they're like, what happens if you don't get an opportunity in the league? And then, Tampa Bay end up, blessing me with opportunity. And they're like, wow, like, oh, shoot.
Yeah.
Oh, well, what if you don't make it? Like, there's always those people in your life. And you just got to take that with a grain of salt and continue to just be appreciative of the genuine love that you receive.
Yeah.
Make sure that I'm being consistent with everything that I'm trying to do and go from there.
Yeah. What would you say to college athletes, could be football players or just anybody, like looking at a post-college career if they're trying to pursue a professional league?
What would I say to them?
Yeah, like words of encouragement, anything you got?
Invest in yourself. And I say that in terms of investing in yourself with any and everything in you, right? Like if you believe that you want to pursue a professional sport, it's going to take more than just, oh, like I want to go play professionally, right?
Yeah.
Like it's going to take way more than that. Like I truly had to invest, tons of money into my future.
Yeah.
And tons of time. Like I literally moved to Minneapolis for 10 weeks.
Yeah.
I live with my friend, one of my best friends, Miles Taylor, his dad, and himself, and Zoe, the dog. I lived with them for 2 months in Minneapolis. Thankfully, they blessed me to live there for free and everything.
Yeah.
And took care of me. But like I had to pay for all that stuff, as far as training.
Yeah.
And right, training was, extensive,
Yeah.
right? 6 days a week from 6 a.m. to about 3 p.m. Where you got 3 workouts a day. You got strength training, you got speed training, you got position drills, you got media training.
Yeah.
Then you got the other side of it. You got PT stuff, you got athletic training stuff, you got also cool fun stuff, just building relationships with people,
Yeah.
having Bible studies, getting to know people's stories, getting to know their why,
Yeah.
going to wild games and sitting in suites. Like all those things come with it, but
Yeah.
it was always about the work. It was
Yeah.
always about, okay, how can I get 1% better? What can I do to make sure that I'm getting 1% better? Because at the end of the day, my goal is to make it here. In order to do that, I got to make sure I'm getting X, Y, and Z done today and tomorrow and the next day.
Yeah,
You know
building
what I'm
on
saying?
it. Yeah.
So making sure that you invest in yourself and surrounding yourself with the right people, and make sure you have a great supporting cast, and truly believing in yourself. Like man, if you don't believe in yourself, nobody else will.
Yeah.
Right? Like you got to really have enough confidence in yourself to know that you can do it.
Yeah.
And that you will do it, and that nobody's gonna stop you. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And I think oftentimes people mistake, confidence with cockiness and things like that. And there's
Yeah.
a thin line between it, but like truly, you have to be confident, so confident,
Yeah.
to make these things happen. And yeah, just truly invest in yourself, and continue to stay prayed up. If that's your thing, if
Yeah.
that is how you want to live your life, if you're faithful and faith filled.
Yeah.
But otherwise, just continuing to try to find time to truly lock in on who and what you are and what you want to do each and every day.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Well, I appreciate you, JayVían, for meeting me and talking with me. It's great talking to you. Good luck on your NFL journey. I hope for the best for you. And we'll see you guys next week.
Hey, I appreciate y'all, man. God bless y'all. Skol Vikes and go Bucks too. Yes, sir. Much love, man. Love.
Thank you.
Appreciate you, brother. Thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah.